Why was Saint Valentine killed? Around the year 270 AD, Claudius executed a saint in Rome, and his head was decapitated. The name of that saint was Saint Valentine. Yes, friends, you are thinking right. In the memory of Saint Valentine, in Western Asia and the whole world, Valentine's Day is celebrated on the 14th of February as a day for love, romance, and flowers. But as we told you, Saint Valentine was executed in Rome, and hence you can understand that the expression of love and the origin of this day are not romantic at all. In today's video, you will see the story of Valentine's Day. Who was this Saint Valentine? Why was he executed? And what is the reason that this day is celebrated all over the world in his memory? We will see all this in today's video. So let's start with a brief introduction to Saint Valentine. It is possible that the personalities associated with Valentine's Day are two different people. As per the Catholic Encyclopedia, there were 3 persons with the name of Saint Vincent, all executed on the 14th of February. The first saint was a priest in a Roman temple, while the second was a bishop in Italy. And secondly, in today's time, both of them were buried in Villa Flaminia outside Rome. And the third saint was from the African province of Rome, about whom no information is available. The legends of the first and second saints were widely renowned, because there were too many similarities in both stories of the saints. Hence, it is believed that both saints could actually be the same man. Apart from these, there were many saints in the records of the Roman Catholic Church whose names were Valentine, because it was between the 17th and 18th centuries that this name was very famous at that time. To differentiate from all these quiet and famous ones, we know Valentine by the name of Saint Valentine of the Room. Let's find out which is the most common legend about this saint. Friends, if we consider the most common legend, Saint Valentine was a priest in the Roman Empire or a bishop in Italy. Once he was under house arrest under a judge named Austerus. There was a discussion going on between Valentine and Judge Austerus about Jesus. It is said that to test Valentine, the judge took him to his blind daughter and asked him to restore his eyes. He is ready to do anything if he can restore his daughter's eyes. Valentine placed his hand on his daughter's eyes and restored her sight.
Let us tell you that this was the period when Christianity was a newly born religion. It came into existence only 250 years ago. Hence, it had not yet become a dominant relationship in Europe. The Roman relationship was polytheistic religious, in which idol worship was a common practice. But since Valentine was a Christian priest and idol worship is prohibited in Christianity, he made the condition. It was said that the judge was asked to take away all the statues in his home and become a Christian. Following this request, the judge removed the statues, observed 3 days of fasting, and converted to Christianity. It is worth noting that, at the time, Christians were also persecuted in Rome because, at that time, they were a minority, and that's why Valentine's condition was presented. Valentine also succeeded in releasing other Christians who were to be persecuted under the judge. But when the Roman Emperor Claudius II also got impressed, things went wrong when Saint Valentine asked him to convert to Christianity. The emperor got furious and asked Valentine to leave his faith or accept death as punishment. The saint willingly faced the punishment of death and was murdered on February 14, 270 AD by being beaten to death and also beheaded. Friends, there is one more legend related to Saint Valentine that is quite famous. Let's see another one. According to this legend, under Claudius II, various bloody campaigns were carried out, including the persecution of Christians. The emperor had to maintain a strong army, but he was not able to get soldiers. Claudius II believed that because Romans loved their families so much, they were scared to join the army. To build a large army, Claudius banned all marriages and engagements. After witnessing this problem, Saint Valentine started to arrange secret marriages for Christians so that he could be exempted from joining the army, and at that time, helping the Christians was a crime. When Claudius learned about these acts, he murdered Valentine by beheading him. Hence, it is also said that while in jail, Saint Valentine developed a friendship with the jailer's daughter, and just before his death, he wrote a letter to her and ended it with the phrase, "From your Valentine, yes, friends." It is the same popular phrase that is used today on Valentine's Day. How has it started being celebrated for love and romance? Let's see, how did it get its modern meaning? Some people celebrate Valentine's Day to remember the death anniversary of Saint Valentine. Some believe that this is celebrated to Christianize a non-Christian festival, Lupercalia, and that Valentine's Day is celebrated to remember Valentine's Day. Lupercalia was a Roman festival to worship the god of agriculture. The god of agriculture was worshipped in it. It was believed that God blessed women with fertility. At the end of the festival, there used to be a match between a man and a woman, which would later convert into marriage. But at some point in 46 AD, Pope Gelasius, in order to end this festival, declared February 14th as Valentine's Day to end Lupercalia. But friends, even until this time, this day was not dedicated to love. In France and England, February was considered to be the beginning of the mating season for birds. It is said that the idea of romance on this date came from here. After this, Geoffrey Chaucer, an English poet, is believed to be the first person to celebrate February 14th as a romantic day. After that, people began to share tokens of affection and handwritten notes to express love. By the 18th century, this day had evolved into a time for exchanging love messages, poems, and flowers. It eventually became known as Valentines Day, a day when people share gifts to celebrate love. So friends, this story is about the execution of Saint Valentine and the origin of Valentine's Day.